I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we are going to learn how to draw perpendicular lines. Graph the line that passes through origin and is perpendicular to BC with B 0, 4 and C coordinate points as 6 and -1, right? So we are given it passes through origin. Origin is this point here whose coordinates are always 0, 0, right? Let's call this point as O. Now we have to draw a line which passes through origin and is perpendicular to BC. So let's locate the point B and C. B is 0, 4. 0, 4 is right there for us. And C is 6, -1. 6 and -1, right? These are the 2 points B and C. Let us connect them and draw the line connecting them. So this line BC is given to us, whose coordinate points B and C are 0, 4 and 6, -1. Now we need to draw a perpendicular line from origin going through this. How are we going to draw it? Let us try and understand. So there are a couple of things which we need to consider. One is what are perpendicular lines. So that is postulate for perpendicular lines. Now we are considering non-vertical lines. So non-vertical lines are perpendicular if product of their slopes. So let us say line 1, this is line 1. So let's say product of their slope M1 be product slope of line 1 and slope of line 2 be M2. Then their product should be -1. If their product is -1, in that case the lines will be perpendicular. Well, we can modify this equation and we can also say that if slope of line 2 is -1 over M1, so we call it negative reciprocals, right? So we'll also use this term, negative reciprocal. It's very easy to find negative reciprocal and justify that they are perpendicular by multiplying the slopes, right? So that is kind of the approach. Now the question is, how will you find the slope? To find slope, we are going to use slope formula, right? Slope formula is slope m equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Correct? So let's begin by using the slope formula for BC. So for BC, let me write MBC. That indicates we are using these two coordinate points. And x1, x2, so this is our x1, y1. And that is x2, y2, correct? So let's use slope formula, substitute the values. So what do we get? We get -1 minus 4 divided by 6 minus 0, that is -5 over 6. So we know that slope of this line, M, BC is equals to -5 over 6. You can verify, right? So -5 means go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 horizontally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. So you could find like that also. So that verifies this is correct slope. Now what should be the slope of perpendicular line to this line, right? So perpendicular lines should have a slope of negative reciprocal, correct? So from this, what should be the slope of the line going through origin, which is perpendicular? We say negative reciprocal. Negative of negative is positive, and 6 over 5. 6 over 5. Do you see that? So that should be the slope of the line going through origin, correct? Let us verify whether their product is 1 or not. Okay, so let me verify by multiplying here. So we say, let's verify it. -5 over 6 times 6 over 5 is indeed minus 1. So if the slope of this line going through origin is 6 over 5, it is going to be perpendicular. So let's draw this line. The question is to graph a line, right? So we will graph minus 5 over 6 over 5 is the slope of this line. 6 is change in y, right? Slope is, so we'll say perpendicular line, slope is 6 over 5. 6 is change in y and 5 is change in x. That is rise and this is run. So from here 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, okay? And 5. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 5. So those are the points which we need to connect. So we can connect these points, then we get a line which is perpendicular. I hope you appreciate the idea, right? So that line, we can extend both sides, is indeed the line which should be perpendicular to the given line, right? So that should be the case. Since the product of these two slopes is 1, correct? Minus 1, right? So they are perpendicular. So that is how you're going to sketch perpendicular lines, right? Follow these steps and I hope it helps. Thank you and all the best.